We do. Emily Fultz, a senior from Jackson Milton Volleyball. Emily, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
And like we say, senior on this team, it means it's your last go around. What's it been like taking everything in and knowing that like every time you do it, it's the last time that you're going to do it?
Honestly, it's a bittersweet moment. It's kind of like knowing it's gonna come to an end, but enjoying every last second of it. You never know what could happen, honestly. So, I'm excited, and I've had a great time this year so far. So it's been a lot of fun, honestly.
Emily, I was so excited to have to be able to call one of your games. I got the Columbiana game, and it felt like that game was so back and forth the entire time. You were all over the place. I'm trying to locate you at any point during the match, and it was like you were on this side, you were on that side, you were chasing balls out of bounds. It was unbelievable. Where did you get that kind of you're going to do whatever it takes to win in that capacity of what you bring to the table?
Honestly, for me, it's like you want to put your all into it. Honestly, 110%. I've always learned that. I've always been taught that. Putting all into a game is like, it's trying to get your team up. It's trying to get hype during the game. Trying to bring energy. Just doing your all, diving on the ground, getting everything up. It honestly makes every play more intense. So I think that's just the main focus is getting that intensity up.
This team this year has a good mix of seniors and young players on it. What's it been like as a senior, a member of the senior class, to kind of also welcome in the young players and kind of mesh together youth and experience in one team?
I think it's great, honestly. You have a lot of girls coming up that are very diverse. They can play back row, they can play front row, they can fill in for spots that us seniors might leave behind. And they're all hardworking, all of them. They come up, they know to do their job, they know to play their hardest. So it's really nice having that group of girls that are going to try their best and they're going to fill in for your spots once you might leave. It's honestly just nice knowing that they're going to be there.
So when we talk volleyball, it has quickly become my favorite sport to broadcast, and it's for this reason is among the top of the charts. When you go to that fifth set, it is the most exciting period in all of sports. Do you get a little bit amped or excited to be in that fifth set, or do things get a little bit tighter whenever you think about it?
For me, honestly, I get very intense. I get very excited. I get hyped up a lot. You do get that little bit of nervousness, but I just find it. Sorry about that. You've made it to the fifth set, and it's like this is like when you want to put your all into it. The 110% you put into the first four sets, you just want to double it or triple it in that last fifth set. You never know what's going to happen. You want to leave everything on the court with you.
You said it before, you love to get amped, you get energetic on the floor, and that's why I love watching you get kills, because you definitely let everyone in the gym know that you just got that point. So from your perspective, take us through what goes through your mind when you get a kill and how excited that makes you and what kind of feeling that is for you.
It's such a great feeling, honestly. It's one of the best feelings I've had out there. It's that adrenaline once you hit the ground and you see it get shanked or hit the floor. It's having your whole team come together. We're all stomping, we're all clapping, screaming. It's probably one of the best feelings I get out there because it's everyone's coming together. You have a great set that you just got one off of. You have someone that gets a great pass. You get to recognize everyone in there. So it's honestly just a feeling like no other, basically.
All right. So what is bigger for you? I guess if you had to choose one, would you rather have a big kill? Would you rather have a big block on a big point? Or would you rather just dig all day in the garden? Just keep on digging.
That's kind of tough because when you get those good digs, you hear the crowd going up. But it might honestly be the big kills that you get because it's when all the stands start cheering, the bench is cheering. It's kind of a moment to collect how that entire play went, how everyone else passed, because you couldn't have a great hit without, Grace digging the ball or Paige getting a good set. So it's kind of like once you get that kill, it's like recall everything that happened that entire play, whether it was super long and a bunch of different things going on or whether it was just a bump set spike type thing, So that'd probably be the best for me.
Speaking of your teammate Paige, she became the first player in program history to get 1,000 career assists last week. What was it like for you as a teammate and for you as someone that has been with her through this whole volleyball journey to be there for that moment and to share that with her?
I've spent my almost all of my volleyball career with Paige, helping her with the sets, getting amazing sets off of her, getting big kills off of her, and it's always great to see all of it going to such a great thing, her 1,000 assists. It's such a big accomplishment, and honestly, it made me feel good because I got to see all of her hard work pay off, all of everyone's hard work pay off, honestly, and especially everyone coming together for that moment was just so surreal and so amazing because she worked hard for it. She worked so hard for it, and it's just great seeing it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's our school bell.
We need to send assistance. I'm a little bit worried.
Okay.
Emily, this has been a big month for Jackson Milton. It seems like every one of the sports teams is coming out of the woodwork and showcasing talents across the board, and especially this week, a 4-0 football team against a 4-0 football team. What's it like inside the halls right now? You guys have to be amped up, and school spirit has to be at an all-time high.
Oh, it's exciting. We have posters everywhere, signs everywhere, stuff going around, It's just honestly, because I think the senior class is just amazing. We all connect together. We all great athletes going around. So I think just the whole senior class, even the junior class that helps with volleyball and football and stuff, everyone's just so excited for everyone. So seeing it all come together as like a class and as a school, all in the hallways, is just amazing.
DJ said it. It's a big football game on Friday night. What's your favorite part of the Friday night experience as a part of that student section?
Honestly, the cheering. Once you get a touchdown and you have the horns going off, everyone cheering, clapping, screaming. It's an amazing feeling, especially 4 years of it. In the student section or at games, away games. So I think just the hype from everyone is amazing.
What's one piece of that football atmosphere that you would love to be dragged over to the volleyball world?
I'd have to say, we have a lot of themes when it comes to, football games with the student section and everything. We don't get a lot of it from our student section at volleyball games, which, it's okay. We have a lot of the football players come and support us, which is nice because then the volleyball players will go support them. So it's kind of like a double thing, everyone comes together. But probably, getting big themes around, having a bunch of excitement from everyone.
What's your favorite student section? What's your favorite student section theme?
The beach theme has always been a good one for me. The sunglasses, the lei necklaces, all that stuff have always been a good thing.
Every time I go to Jackson Milton, I'm always impressed with kind of the layout of everything because you got your gymnasium here and I think your cafeteria right off the gymnasium. So my question is to you, number one, do you pack or do you buy? And number two, if you buy, what's the best lunch at JM?
Well, honestly, I usually buy, but the best lunch would probably have to be pasta because there's some good breadsticks that you get with it. And throughout my entire high school, we've had everyone just buy extra breadsticks, and it's always been a big thing at Jackson. Once you see breadstick day on the menu, it was always the hype.
It's over.
Kids hoarding breadsticks into class,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What about Coach Moore and what he's brought to the program? I want to give you a chance to talk about him and what it's been like to be under him and what he's taught you about volleyball and yourself as a person.
Oh, it's been great. He's been a very big, important role when it comes to Jackson volleyball. Always been supportive, always making sure to talk to someone after the games to make sure they know, you did great on this. Don't let your head down. You're doing amazing. And even in practices, he's always made sure to let you know that you're doing a great job. Stuff you need to work on, stuff you need to, improve on, but it's always been important stuff that is going to make you better as a player and make you benefit. So I think that's been such an amazing part of the program right now, and he's done a very great job of doing it.
All right, we've seen how quick you are on your feet on the court. Let's see how quick you are on your feet with a question.
Okay.
What is the number one thing that you've learned about life through volleyball?
Probably like you're gonna have tough times, you're gonna have bad games, but it's what you do after that that's gonna benefit most. If you're gonna pick your head up from it, you could think about it for the rest of your life, but it's never gonna benefit you thinking about a play that you had done wrong 10 minutes ago, in the rest of the game. So I think that's probably one of the biggest aspects.
You nailed it, kiddo.
To dive deeper in that theme, what is the biggest what is the biggest adversity you faced in your career, and how did you kind of get past it and jump over it?
Probably like my confidence when it comes to playing. It's probably been one of the biggest issues I faced. Might not been having a good hitting game, but the biggest aspect of it is, but I had so many good digs, or I had a lot of good blocks or something like that. It's like kind of just getting my head wrapped around, you're not going to have so many amazing games. You're going to have some tough games. It's just how you react after it that's going to be your biggest, win overall.
Last question for me. From your standpoint, you talk about being able to overcome that adversity. Who have you kind of educated the next Lady J that you see a little bit of yourself in?
Grace Johns probably would have to be. She's a lot similar to me. She'll hang her head over something for the next 4 or 5 plays, or even till the next set. And so I try in my best ability, even with some of the juniors. It's kind of, I have to try my best to not let this show that I'm thinking about the same thing, because then it kind of just brings some of the team down with it. So if I show that I'm not as like head over heels over this thing, then I can help Grace, or I can help some of the juniors like Alina and all them pick their heads up from it and know that it's not a big deal. It's 1 point, fix it the next time. You got the next one. You're right there. It's all supportive stuff kind of, like you want to tell them like, oh, even after a bad play, hey, you're right there. You just got to get the next one. You're okay. Like, don't worry about it. It all happens to everyone. So I think that's, Grace is probably the most similar to me when it comes to that. So it's nice helping her.
All right, before we let you go, I want to know, who is one person that has impacted you the most throughout your career so far?
Probably like my family, like my dad. He's always been there for me after every game. He's always helped me with everything, He's helped me figure out stuff I need to work on and how I can improve it. We've watched film together. We've watched a lot of different college games on what I can do to help the team out, what I can do to help myself out. He's been a very big impact in my life when it comes to sports. So I think that's just been so amazing to have.
Emily, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Sorry, Ann, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's one of those things where it's always been kind of a dream come true. I'm sure you're living it right now, living your own dream. Enjoy the rest of your senior season, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you.